Hello, my name is Dr. Derrick Porter. I have the privilege of being one of the praise and worship leaders here at Life Point Church. And I was asked to come share a story in which I felt like I was led by the Holy Spirit. Over the course of the last week or so, I was praying about this, trying to figure out which story I would need to tell. Because fortunately in my life, I feel like I've had a lot of times where I was asked by the Holy Spirit to do something, and sometimes I did it and sometimes I didn't. But the majority of my life, I've been singing on praise and worship team. About age 12 is when I started singing on stage for praise and worship, and I love every minute of it. But over the course of time, I would notice some Sundays I would wake up and man, I would just feel almost sick to my stomach. I didn't know exactly what was going on. But then I started noticing as time went on that when I had that feeling in the morning, the Holy Spirit would just move in a mighty way that service. So I started understanding this isn't a bad feeling, this is actually something from the Holy Spirit letting me know something's gonna happen. And then as that time went on, I started noticing that certain people in the audience would almost like illuminate. They would get, something would be different about them. But it felt like I was able to go talk to them, that somebody else would need to go talk to them. So I would go to that person and say, hey, I feel like this person would need to be prayed for, etc. I go to the pastor or one of the other leaders of the church, and they would go over and pray, and things would work out. So then I'm like, okay, well maybe this is actually the Holy Spirit and I'm feeling led by the Holy Spirit. Well, one particular Sunday, we were playing altar call. There was a lot of people at the altar, and I just had that feeling in the pit of my stomach, just somebody was hurting so bad. They had a weight that was just on their shoulders. And as I was singing and playing guitar, I was kind of scanning the audience, and there was these two young adults few rows back that just seemed to light up. And I felt that nudge to go to them. But I'm on stage, I'm playing guitar, I'm singing. So I'm like, God, how am I gonna come off stage? I can't leave the guys up here on the praise team hanging out to dry while we're playing altar call. I said, I don't think I need to come off stage. Have you ever argued with the Lord before whenever He's asked you to go do something, like He doesn't already have a plan of how to fix things? But I didn't do it initially. We kept playing. There were still people at the altar. People were not leaving the altar. So we ended up starting another song. That other song, I basically had no part of. So I said, all right, God, I understand. I will do what you ask. So I put my guitar down. I walked off stage and I got to talk to these two young adults. And talking with them, you could just feel the weight on their shoulders. And I asked them if they'd ever accepted Jesus into their life after having a couple-minute conversation. And they said no. So then I said, well, would you like to come up to the altar with me and we'll pray that prayer? And they said yes. So I got to help them take that first step towards the altar. And then I got the privilege of being able to help lead them to the Lord. And after that day, whenever I get that feeling, whenever I feel that nudge, I know that God's got something to do and that He wants me to do it and that He trusts me to do it. And that's just an honor. So I say to you today, if you feel that nudge and you feel like God's telling you to go do something, go do it. He will help you through it. He's just wanting people to say yes to His will. Thank you.